some breaking rewind news.
Breaking rewind news. Do we want to discuss the sperm race first? Did you see that?
Oh my God. What is that?
What are we doing?
You know what? Let's start the show because I'm grossed out by this. Hello and welcome to another episode of In a Pickle, the show that is dedicated to the less glamorous side of sports. I'm your host, Dave Houghton, and with me today, my co-host who once sued the makers of the Never-Ending Story because it ended, Sarah Reitalik. Hello, Sarah.
That movie, man, was not okay.
It ended. I don't know how.
It ended, and it's the most... Listen, when I think back of where my childhood trauma comes from, I have a laundry list of things. Thanks, Mom. Just kidding.
IAP is not responsible for Sarah's comments. We will not.
We know she listens. I love you, Mom. But no, that is one of those movies that I can pinpoint where I definitely. Wow, this keeps hitting the mic.
with that hat on, and when you said "I love you, Mom," it takes it's a special day for you, Sarah. For all those who are listening and not watching, when you go to iapradio.com and go to our social media accounts, you will see the hat that Sarah is gracefully wearing right now, and it is
graceful.
It is something special. That is nice. It's a beautiful hat.
It's a giveaway.
It's a beautiful giveaway. I don't know why you would give that away because it's so beautiful.
Right? It's nice and soft.
Did your sister get one?
She did.
All right, I'll give her $5 for hers.
It's great. I was like,
$2.
They wanted to give us extra, and I was like, "Oh, look, we can get my." And my sister's like, "No, save it for the kids." I'm like, "Fuck the kids. It's about
kids.
me. It's about me."
I'm pulling a Tom Brady right now. Fuck them kids.
No, fuck them kids.
You know what, Sarah? I have kids. Maybe they would like a Pittsburgh hat.
Exactly. I could have gotten. They keep hitting the mic. This is not going to work well.
It is a giant
It's
beak.
just like,
a giant beak of a hat.
It's making my head super warm.
Well,
like super
before you
fucking
take that
warm.
off, let me just take one of these real quick because it is super special. That is nice. Thank you.
You're welcome. It's coming off now. All right.
Sarah's taking her cool hat off. And very nice how you just take your hat off, just throw it on the ground.
It just felt bad.
I don't need this anymore. Somebody will pick it up. The maid will get it. You know, the maid being the husband. You know,
true story.
All right, so we got some rewinds, but
we got so much.
Oh, wait! Before we get into that, yes, can we please talk about the sperm thing?
What is going on now? This is what we're doing.
This is what's going on in the world. Like we've run out of things to compete for, and now we're racing sperm.
Yeah. And they're working to try to make it a collegiate competition.
There's so many incels in the world that this will happen. This will be a professional sport.
This will. Now, I could see this.
PSR, professional sperm racing.
I could see this back in COVID times when you couldn't gamble on actual sports. So you remember you gambling on like cup rolling ball. There was so many random German things that you could go and, like bet on during those times. This I feel would be one of those. Like 3 a.m. super degenerate betting on
like the
sperm
blindfold
racing.
Kickboxing, or when they put two martial arts guys in a phone booth and let them beat the shit out of each other.
Yes.
Yeah, like that.
Yes, that's.
Yeah.
But yeah, they had two guys who just decided to participate in.
I mean, let's be honest. Two guys who were just beaten off in front of each other, and they'd be like, "I bet you I can come faster."
But it wasn't.
Race.
But it was more of like, is your sample solid enough? And they were two
I
college students. I think one was USC and one was UCLA.
Yeah.
And they provided their sample. And I want to say too is that the loser had to get jizzed on.
The loser had to eat the cookie.
That like they were in a like a phone booth, I guess you could say.
No, are you for real?
There's a video of like getting doused, kind of like how you would get slimed.
Oh, stop it.
Yeah, but I don't know if it was actual
It was because there's probably a lot of people that just are really backed up because they never seen a girl before.
The
All right,
fact that
so
this was so big, I don't understand. But you know what?
because
When
it's
you've got,
nerds from college who are not invited to parties and they want to race their own specimen.
but
Come on, let's
damn,
be
they've got
honest.
the funds to be doing this. Like they
Because there's
had an
other nerds that are
arena.
rich now that
Yeah,
have
you're not
made money
wrong. You're
in
not wrong.
technology, and
Yeah,
now,
fair.
you know, I, it's gross. For anybody who wants to look it up, look up competitive sperm racing, and then tell us that it's gross. In a pick pod 247 at gmail.com.
I mean, we're not here to kink shame,
No,
so
no, 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 no. We're not kink shaming. We're just saying that it's gross.
we don't need it to be a professional sport.
No, no, we don't need. There's certain things that we don't need to race.
Oh,
And I think sperm is one of them. But all right, so breaking
rewind.
news. I got breaking rewind news. It has just come out. Matt Petgrave, who we remember was arrested back in 2023 on suspicion of manslaughter
Mhm.
following the death of former NHL and Pittsburgh
Pittsburgh
Penguin player
Penguin.
Adam Johnson, will not be facing any criminal charges this time right now. So that case has been closed
Honestly,
and we move on.
I honestly not surprised
No.
because it's really hard to prove that it was intent.
Yeah.
Honestly, I mean, if you watch the
Yeah.
video, it's he is a goon
Yeah.
essentially, but it really is like because so many people could be like, I was off balance, or I could be that, it really is just it's hard and it sucks. Because I know that the family wants some sort of accountability, but
Right.
of course, it's one of those where they have to just kind of be like accidents happen,
Yeah. I
and that
mean,
sucks.
it's just wrong place, wrong time. And I mean, yeah, it is an accident, but I mean, if anything, Adam Johnson's death helped future players because now they
Now
all
they're
wear
wearing
neck
neck
guards.
guards, yeah. I
So I
mean,
mean,
Adam Johnson was a kind of guy who would put his neck on the line for anyone.
uh,
Yikes,
that's
sorry.
terrible. Yikes.
Sorry.
Wow.
I went wicked
Wow.
dark today.
Wow. Wow. I'm not even gonna make that our next segment. Um, I'm not even gonna roll into that. But speaking of putting their neck on the line, we
Oh,
got
yeah.
rewinds of our last
Rewind,
week's
rewind,
biggest pickle,
rewind.
Shannon Sharpe. What is going on with Shannon Sharpe?
Yeah, let's get into this rewind stuff. Burp, 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 burp. So, Shannon Sharpe, as Dave just mentioned, our biggest pickle last week, he is now off ESPN.
Now, he stepped away himself, or ESPN said, get the hell out of here.
So, what front office sports had said was this is a serious situation, and we agree with Shannon's decision to step away.
We
Now,
agree. Come on.
with that verbiage saying we agree, makes me think that they went in on a Zoom call or whatever with him and were like, okay, so you can either step down or we can force you to step down. But
Right.
regardless, you're stepping down.
You're off the air. Yeah.
Correct.
And on this Zoom call, I hope Shannon Sharpe wasn't stuffing some poor lady
Or choking them out
or choking them
because
out.
I completely forgot about when he was at Fox Sports.
Yep.
He had settled with a woman who was part of she was a production assistant on Undisputed,
Yeah.
and he had allegedly choked her.
Okay. So he has a history of violence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that is also sealed, and it was said to be six figures, but because there was no lawsuit filed and they settled it, we don't know the actual
Yeah.
amount
But if
or
you're
all the
settling
details.
lawsuits, there is a 100% chance that you did it. You wouldn't settle a
Correct.
lawsuit if you didn't choke somebody out,
Right.
you
So
know?
he's just out here choking in more ways than one. But now is it choking with his hands or choking with his dick?
I mean, I'm sure if it was the latter, then it would be totally thrown out there that that's what happened.
Well, the thing is because since we have uncovered all of this shit about Fox Sports and
Yeah.
Fox, like that, all that, it makes me wonder if it was his hands on her or something else.
Right. Right. I
Where
mean,
I'm like pausing, going, oh, I don't know anymore.
right. I don't
I'm
know.
off the rails this morning. I apologize.
No, it's great. It's I guess we need that, you know. It's if you're listening to this in the morning, I love your coffee cup, by the way.
Thank you.
The Kramer. It's a classic one.
Hmm.
If you're listening to this in the morning and you're in traffic, I mean, you need a little dark humor and craziness, right? I mean, that's the only way
Yeah.
you're going to survive in traffic.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? I mean, you
True.
drive
I
three
know.
hours a
I
day to
sit
get to
and
work for some weird
it's
reason,
it's unbelievable.
you know?
I curse a lot. And rip butts like a
You
champion
you
kid.
curse a lot on this show, so I mean,
I do. I'm a proper lady.
yeah.
Well,
So,
let's feel disgusting. You ready to feel
more
disgusting?
more disgusting than I already feel.
Yeah,
All right.
so let's move on from sperm racing and from being choked out with your dick and all the shit. Like, let's move on to the World Junior Hockey Canada team.
Yeah, let's move on to a bunch of Canadians sexually assaulting people.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
like
All
let's
right,
just
sure. Yeah,
I'm off the
that
I'm
makes me
off the
feel a little
rails.
better. Yeah.
Off the rails today. Woo!
Yeah.
Yeah. So we discussed this forever ago,
Yeah. A
and
couple of times, I want to say.
yes,
Yeah.
we've tapped on it. They've been a big pickle.
Yep.
We've dove into this. But the first trial last week was said to have been a mistrial.
Right.
Now, I couldn't find full on information as to why it was a mistrial. Now, it could have been something where it could have been a discovery issue where there wasn't the evidence provided in time or anything like that. So that's why it was a mistrial.
Okay.
However, it was a mistrial on Friday. And then we're talking like this past Friday, it was announced a mistrial. And then boom, Monday, yesterday, at press time is yesterday because we're recording on a Tuesday morning.
Yeah.
They started trial again, the second
How
trial.
did they go that fast?
I don't know. I'm going to assume that that's Canada's like, we're not going to fuck around. We're just going to get this. We need to keep doing this. We
Wow.
just, they probably had it on the books as like, this is going to be like a trial date, but
But that's a
we're going to just,
huge that's such a fast turnaround. I mean, you need new juries, you need I
oh, they
mean,
selected the juries already. So I'm guessing what
wow.
I need to find out how Canada does it. Like if they have one jury pool and then they have reserve jury pool. Like, you know what I
Well,
mean?
that
Like
would
that
be
they're
smart. Yeah. That
so
way they
that
don't
have to go through
soak
all
up
this
the
jury
time.
selection.
Yeah.
Correct. They already have people that are already vetted to go in and be part of the jury selection. That they're
Yeah,
like,
I
boom,
mean,
done, you're in.
here in the States, it took 3 weeks to find the new jury for the Karen Reed trial.
Correct.
You
Which
know,
has also been off the rails. And we
shout
haven't
out,
even gotten to.
shout out to Karen Reed who killed her husband, boyfriend.
She did not kill him.
Well, they find the new evidence that she might have did it.
She
I
did
don't
not
know.
kill
This
him.
isn't the
You
Karen
know what?
Reed podcast. She's got it. She's got it by herself. She's definitely going to have a podcast at the end of that trial, right?
Dude, she did not. She should, but she didn't kill him. The evidence shows. The evidence shows. You got to go through arc. All right, whatever. Moving on. So,
Listen, nobody loves a more. Nobody loves. What? Nobody
I don't know.
loves a crooked cop story more than I do. Okay, but I mean,
But what? But what?
maybe she shouldn't have done
How?
all these documentaries before the trial was over.
How?
It just shows her in a
Dude,
bad light.
how are you, a first responder, just sleeping through police and fire and all this shit in front of your house? And then, like, how does your sister-in-law not go to the door of your house to be like, hey,
Yeah,
can you help us? Like, you're a first responder. Instead, they wait in the snow for 6 minutes for the police and the ambulance to show up rather than her on the phone with 911 to run to the door. You tell me that there's not some sort of something like, I mean, now that you have state troopers that are fired over this, come on.
Welcome
I
to the
go down.
Karen Reed Hour.
I am so heavily invested. I've watched the
Yeah.
first trial from front to back, and I've already watched the second trial. I watched the voir dire yesterday of the ARCA witnesses. Dude, I'm so invested because it just is, yeah. I
All
like
right.
to know where my
So,
tax dollars are going.
yeah, well, it doesn't matter. You'll never officially find
Okay,
out where
so
they're
getting
going.
back to right, so getting back to this trial up in Canada, this is what I'm assuming is that what they do to make it go faster.
Do the
However,
judges in Canada wear those curly white wigs?
probably they're still
Nice.
kind of affiliated with the crown, so
Oh,
yeah. They
hello.
do they do follow the crown's ruling on so many things. However, they
It's a
do have
beheading.
independence. Oh my God, that'd be so
Yeah.
amazing.
Let's behead
Better
all
than
10 players.
better than sperm
Yeah.
racing.
Let's get them to sperm race and then we'll cut their heads off.
So after this mistrial, they've gone in, they've started the new trial. Um, and it's one of those that the details have all come out. And I am not a proper lady. However, I am not going to release these details because they are very graphic and horrifying.
So they
Horrifying.
didn't release any of the details the first trial? Or
Nope.
did the first trial not even get like it didn't even take off?
I don't believe that it actually had momentum or legs
Right.
because
So there
now,
must have been something where like a jury
right.
member was cousins with one of the junior hockey
Right.
players or
Some sort of
something
something.
weird.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, we have all surveillance videos from the hotel that have been released and put into this. We have conversations, and the first witness took the stand yesterday. Just an absolute, like, you need a bleach bath. It's
Ugh,
terrible.
that's awful.
The only thing that was mentioned in regards to consent, because it's mentioned in there that there was
Yeah.
a consensual act there that the victim and Michael McLeod were going to have consensual relations. However, once she was in the bed naked, he then proceeds to text his teammates like, "Hey, come up and have a turn."
Oh no.
Yeah. And at
That's
one
awful.
time, based off of the security footage from the hotel, at one time there were 10 players in the
Jesus
room.
Christ.
Yep.
Wow.
So, and the thing is I don't believe in the first trial they had all the security footage, so that might have been a
Right.
discovery issue that made it be a mistrial.
Right.
But now they have the hotel security footage to confirm that all of these players had been in this room.
Man, these guys are going.
I
They,
hope they're all found guilty.
they're going down on this one.
Fucking
This is bad.
burn.
I mean, once you have
Fucking
video of like all 10 guys going into a room and the evidence of text messaging and all that to the guys,
right.
it's over. It's
The fact that they were trying to be funny with her and were like holding her down while they like teabagged her, like we're doing splits on her face being funny, like that's what are you doing?
that's just
You're
fucking weird.
awful. Awful. Like I don't and this is like just now think of it. All these you got your 10 buddies all naked,
Right,
slapping each other.
right.
They're sword fighting in the corner.
I'm
I'm
sure.
like, what are we doing?
Wow.
Well,
Well,
let's get away from the rewind and all this. I need to
yeah,
I
let's
need to not be off the rails and I
yeah,
need to
yeah,
not feel so
yeah.
bleh.
Well, I mean, this show always makes you feel either sad or disgusting. So, thanks everybody for listening.
Yeah, thank you so much. I
That's not
just
going to be one of the commercials that we have for the show. Come to iapradio.com. You'll feel sad and disgusting
all at the same time.
at the same time. It's fucking gross. All
Yeah,
right, what?
the show that your therapist tells you not to listen
Yeah,
to.
yeah. If you want to feel really bad, don't. But thank you. Keep
We
boosting up those
appreciate
numbers.
you. Yeah,
Share.
holler.
If you have an enemy, share this podcast with them. Make them feel sad and disgusting. All
Yeah,
right.
let's do the
Anthony Edwards is yet again paying a fine.
for sure.
Yeah.
I loved this video
This video is
because
great. You can go to our
I
Instagram
just
in a pick pod
uh
on Instagram and look at this video. It's funny because fan interaction, as we'll get to in the big pickle,
yeah.
is I don't think that any of these players should put up with any of the shit that any of these
No.
fans give them. And
No.
I'm
And I
totally here
couldn't
for it.
find, I don't know if you could, but I couldn't find what this fan had said to
No,
Anthony Edwards. I know
no.
they were chirping and they were chirping back and forth, so it seemed like it was a full-blown
If
like
I had
back
to
and forth.
guess, honestly, if I had to guess what this fan said, it's probably something about him paying off his baby mama.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, what
I
else
could
is he
see
gonna
that.
chirp to the
What
fans
right.
for? You know,
Correct. He
he
has
probably
nothing
said
else.
something about that got under his skin, and then he was like, you know what? Fuck you. I'm not taking this shit. You
Right.
know?
Then he fucking gave here, let me use the proper terminology. Inappropriate language and making an obscene gesture.
I mean, in my eyes, if I was the NBA union representative, I would say he's just practicing for when he retires and goes into sperm racing. That's
Correct.
all.
And
Everybody needs a side hustle.
true story, especially when you have to pay a $50,000 fine.
Yeah. And then on top of whatever he paid his baby mama, which is,
Oof.
it's pretty big.
Oof.
But
Yeah.
she never has to deal with him again and whatever. But
Oof.
so $50,000 for the inappropriate language and obscene gesture. You know what though? Again, I don't think uh I really don't think that it's
I think fans have gotten too cute.
I think every fan now is looking for a viral moment, whether
Hmm.
it's good or bad.
Yep.
And again, we'll find out at the end of the show the bad. But I mean, this is just leave these fucking guys alone. Like I hate the people, the fans that are like yelling at the athletes about missing a shot or anything because they lost on FanDuel or one of the gambling apps. Like, come on.
That's the problem now is
Yeah.
that we have legal sports betting,
Yeah.
which people do not know how to control themselves
Right.
when it comes to betting. So
When
if
it comes to everything. Are you
this,
kidding me?
well, I know, but when it comes to putting
Right.
money on a player
Right.
and the player does not hit and then they lose their house,
Yeah.
so it's like, yeah, cool your fucking jets. Keep it over there.
What
Like,
a world we
stop.
live in. What a world. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
So you want to get move on to a sad story.
Oh, I
There
know.
is an update on this though.
There is though. That's
So
the I've been watching it
yeah.
as the updates have come through, so thank God,
The
'cause
the pictures of this are
oof,
how anybody survived, I don't know.
right. Well, he's driving in a tin can. But anyways, um well, allegedly it's not though. So Elijah Arenas, the son of Gilbert Arenas, was in a car accident last week while driving back from the gym in the LA suburb of Reseda. He had lost control and crashed into a tree and a fire hydrant at 4:55 a.m. He was driving a Cybertruck and that shit caught on fire. Thought they were
Before
in,
or after it crashed?
I don't know, could have been both.
Yeah.
I thought those shits were indestructible, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah, well, they were trying to
By those
advertise it as that.
pictures, by those pictures,
Oh,
I'm really surprised that he's not dead.
correct.
Yeah.
Correct. I mean, ugh, it's awful. Um, so he was transported to the local hospital in serious condition following this, and he was placed into an induced coma,
Yeah.
which was like once I read that, I was like, oh my God, is this kid gonna come out of this? Because he's
Honestly,
18.
again, I have to say, once you see those pictures, which they're on our Instagram, they are when they said induced a coma, Induced coma. Hello?
There you go. You're
Hello, is this
good.
mic on? I didn't think he was going to wake up.
I did
I
not
thought
think
this
he
was
was
it
going to
for
come
him.
of it.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah. No way.
And that was really heart-wrenching because, he's a guard currently at Chatworth High School in Southern California and is ranked 10th overall for the
Yeah, I was going to say he's a
2025
top
recruiting class.
prospect.
Yeah, and he's committed to USC.
Yeah.
Shout out to their sperm racing team.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
but really scary shit. And we got word, like it's been announced that he's now walking and talking,
Yeah. Out of
and
coma.
he's out of the coma and he's doing so much better. He's on the mend and he's expected to be released from the hospital soon. And he was very lucky to avoid major injuries.
Yeah.
So, major injuries like brain bleeds, any kind of lung collapsing. I mean, a lung collapse, you could essentially, that's not as severe as like a brain bleed or any
Right.
internal bleeding, but
Right.
like, I'm sure he's got some broken ribs and maybe a leg or whatever,
Right.
but nothing that was full on deadly
I
that would
mean,
have killed
he's going to
him.
take a little time to heal, but it doesn't seem to sound to sound a little messed up. It doesn't seem like it's going to affect his time. Like
Yeah,
he's not
it
going to have. It was
right.
a good time to crash, I guess you would say,
Well, I
because here
agree.
we come the summer, and you can recover during the summer, and come the fall, you can go right back, or you can go to USC and
Go
be
through their
healed up.
rehab.
Yeah,
Right.
you could be healed up by then. You didn't break any bones that we know of. I mean, minus fractured ribs or whatever.
Whatever it may be. Yeah,
No,
they haven't released fully on that end of what he did
yeah,
deal with, but the fact that they could confirm that there was nothing life-threatening,
right,
which was
right, which is
huge.
good. So
And I mean, the one positive thing for him too is that he's so young and so active.
right,
So being able to have his body bounce back to, you know,
yeah. If I was
is
in the car at
huge
4:55 coming back from the gym, I'd be dead at the
at the
gym parking
gym.
lot.
Yeah,
Yeah, uh, would never wake up at that early unless there was something going on,
true.
food wise.
Mm.
So,
Same
all
girl,
right.
same.
All right, so he's doing better, so that's good news. So, see, we do have some good news in this show.
Yes, he's doing better. I
Yeah,
mean, it's
we like to sprinkle
that
a little good news
story's
every once in a
yeah,
while.
that story was an emotional roller coaster.
Yeah, yeah, but it's good. Speaking of an emotional roller coaster, Sarah, who is this week's biggest pickle?
This week's biggest pickle, the Cleveland Guardian fan from Progressive Field for heckling Jaron Duran.
Listen, before, if anybody hasn't heard this story, we'll get into it. But I would 100% expect this from a Yankee fan,
Correct.
but a Cleveland fan?
Cleveland fan.
Oh, no,
Cleveland
no,
fan.
no,
A fan. A
no,
Cleveland fan. Like,
no.
don't
No. You can't, no way. Not a
yeah.
Cleveland fan. Like the mistake by the lake is producing people like this? I mean, come on.
Here we are.
Unbelievable. He must be a Yankee fan at heart. So,
Must be. It's his second favorite team and the
yeah.
Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, yeah, and the Lakers too.
Yep.
Yeah. Why would you go to an to a Guardians game? Can we bring back the
Now,
Indians, please?
seriously, it's just so much like it's because we grew up with it that we can't see past it.
Right.
It's hard.
Like the
And Major
Expos.
League.
Oh, great movie. Shout out to Charlie Sheen. All right.
Um,
So what what
now,
what happened here for those who don't know?
so I haven't watched the Netflix docuseries The Clubhouse because my job is soul sucking and I haven't had a opportunity to watch it. Shout out my job. However, in this docuseries, sorry, in this docuseries, it is covering the Red Sox and their season. Um, and Duran opened up during this docuseries that
Mm.
in 2022 he attempted suicide. Um, Really big moment, impactful moment. Explains a lot about him
Yeah.
with him wearing the the shirts that he wears and the bands that he wears, like all of the things.
Yeah.
It's he has fully ripped the band-aid off and let us all into his world to
In the
understand
way
who he
society is right now, we need a person like this that comes out and says, who stands up for attempted suicides,
Correct.
mental health, who
Correct.
stands up for things, because especially like the younger generation, like my kids' age, you know,
Right.
th- we ourselves as people in our 40s, we're struggling through a lot of shit. Like, can
Hmm.
I afford to keep the fucking lights on for another week? And we constantly have to battle whatever the fucking orange leader is putting on and whatever the world throws at us, right?
Right.
But as a kid, I mean, we remember being kids. We didn't have the internet like they do now. And
Right.
like at the drop of a hat, like you can get a whole school to turn on you if you fart in science class, for Christ's sake, you know?
Right. It's shared all over the internet
and
in a
and these
matter of
kids are
moments.
struggling through such mental illness, plus like whatever's the stress of the just day to day and the stress of whatever's going on at home. I mean, kids pick up on the tension at home for
Yep.
everything. And to have someone of like a sports figure come out and say shit's not easy, I wanted to kill myself,
Right.
that I didn't, and look what it brought me today,
Right. The
and
fact that he was it it was so close too.
yeah.
It was so close. The fact that he was like, I don't understand why the gun didn't go off.
Right.
Like that I wow, oh,
I'm not
impactful.
I'm not a religious person, and I don't believe in any of that stuff.
Yeah.
But there when shit like this happens, it's not like you don't say, "Oh, well, the gun malfunctioned," and there's got to be
There's a
something,
reason behind it.
you know.
There's a reason.
The old thing, everything happens for a reason. Obviously, we know why this didn't happen. It's so
Right.
he can be this leader in a movement. I mean, I know that MLB doesn't like it, but I love his fuck 'em shirts.
Right.
Like
Same.
block all that out. Like I coach little league baseball, and I constantly have to tell the kids, put it out of
Block
your
it
head,
out. Right.
because you got coaches from the other side saying shit. You got parents who are assholes in the
Ugh,
stands saying
parents are the
shit. You got
worst.
other kids from the
Ugh.
opposing team saying shit. And sometimes you get kids on your own team saying shit. If you screw up a play or something happens, the ball goes by you, kids
Shit
are hard.
happens.
Shit
And kids
happens,
are, yeah, and kids
and I,
don't understand that.
right. And I always tell my team, build up, don't tear down,
Right.
because we're all together as a team. We win as a team, we die as a team. That's it. It might be my fault that I put the wrong pitcher in, but it's also everyone's fault when we lose. It's everyone won, everyone lost, everyone did everything. So
Right.
it's hard, and it's hard to tell kids that, especially where they don't really grasp that idea. So
Correct.
again, having
So,
someone like
yeah,
Jaron Duran
it's
come in and
and
say this,
say
but I don't
this.
I still don't think we got to the meat and potatoes of this one.
Yeah. So I know we've been, well, there was a fan in the front row. He was pretty near like the Red Sox dugout, and he goes, uh, to Duran, yells it, and this is where uproar happens, is for him to go fucking kill himself.
Yeah, that's
Screams it. Like, Duran, go fucking kill yourself.
yeah.
Like, now, was this something somebody would probably yell in the 80s? Yeah, I'm
Yeah, of
sure.
course.
Yeah, but like, when you are saying this to someone who this has been in the news that he has just that Duran has opened up during in the Clubhouse docuseries about this.
Yeah.
This has been everywhere. And I mean maybe more so for us regionally because we are in Boston, but it has not been a surprise that these conversations are happening around mental illness
Right.
with the name Jaron Duran attached to it. But to say that to him after all of this, I'm like, you watched the docuseries. You're just being a fucking asshole.
Of course.
Fuck you. So the fan was immediately removed, and everyone was keeping Duran back because Duran wanted to go into the stands and fight him.
Which he should have.
You know,
You know.
and it's something where they overcame last year's shit with Duran and his verbiage.
Yeah. Oh
He,
yeah. Right.
yeah.
Right.
So they had to overcome that and they supported him and he did a lot of work to get better.
Yeah.
And now here they are as they're supporting him and he's going to have to work through this. But I got to give him credit. He came out and said, you know, like he's not one, he's not perfect,
Right.
which we know. And two, that when you open yourself up to people, you also open yourself up to enemies.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
he's like, you know what? Fuck him.
Yeah.
And
Right. And shout out
that's what
to all the Cleveland fans that were standing next to this guy, sitting around him. They pointed him out right away.
yeah, they were
They
like
said
this
they
fucker.
they were all shocked by it. Like, what the
Right.
fuck? Like, who says
They were
that?
like this dude. Fuck this
Especially
guy.
like when there's little kids around in the field. Like
Correct.
you're gonna tell a person. Not even like, let's take the athlete part of it out. Like, you're gonna
Right.
tell a person go kill themselves. Like,
Correct.
that's
Yeah.
fucked up. Come on.
Um, the Guardians apologized to Duran, where,
Yeah.
you know, because they're apologizing on behalf of their fan base. I mean, they obviously didn't do anything, but they're just like, we're sorry you came to our home
Right.
and had to have the dog shit on your shoe, more or
Right.
less.
Right.
But yeah, I'm surprised nobody threw a pizza at him.
Well, if you were at Fenway, it probably would have happened,
Yeah.
you know? But
God.
what an asshole though. Like, you got to be a certain kind of piece of shit
Can't we
to
just boo? Because that's what I do. I just
right.
boo. Just
Right.
stick to booing. Boo the refs, boo the umps, boo the opposing team, boo your team, boo everyone. It's just a universal thing. It covers all your bases. Boo the person that's in the row next to you who got the hot dog from the hot dog cannon. Like,
Right.
boo all the people.
Right.
Just boo. Don't fucking yell shit or anything like that. If you want to yell at stuff, just be at home. Go home. You do
Go
not
home and say
deserve to
it.
be out in public.
Right.
You
Go
do
home and
not
say that
deserve
shit
to be
to
in
your
public.
wife. See if she wants to fucking be married to you anymore. You know?
She'll be like, "Oh yeah, motherfucker," and then
Oh
she puts
yeah?
the pillow over his face.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
And then we have another sort of killing case, but she
Yeah, but
didn't
everybody
actually
will be
kill him.
like, "Oh, he deserved it." That's fine.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. All right, that's going to do it here for us at In a Pickle. Thank you so much for listening. Go over to iapradio.com and check out all of our social media accounts. Like, follow, subscribe, and share. Boost us up the chart. Help us out. Share it with your friends. Share it with your enemies. You want to feel disgusting and sad at the same time? Well, we got a show for you today. iapradio.com. If you have a podcast and want to join a network of supporting podcasts, go to MaydayMediaNetwork.com. Check out the Mayday today. If you enjoy music, go to Sarah's other podcast, GMTpod.com. Check out all the episodes of Generation Mixtape. They drop every Wednesday on GMTpod.com. And you can always follow her at Daddy-O Sports on the Instagram. And if you want to follow my personal account, come and find it. But I suggest that you follow the In a Pickle account on the Instagram.
It's more entertaining.
It's more entertaining. I don't really do much.
No.
I
But
do-
you have egg money. Oh no, you don't.
I don't
Your
have
wife
egg
has
money.
egg
My
money.
wife has it. Yeah.
So she gonna leave your ass.
That's fine. I'm just going to live in this office, garage, whatever it is. So, Sarah, you got anything else?
I have nothing.
All right. I'm going to go cleanse myself in a bleach bath and then edit the show, I guess.
Yeah, I'm gonna go find my soul.
All right. That means poop, everybody. For Sarah Ray Talek, I'm Dave Houghton. We will see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye. Yeah, I
Eva
gotta poop.
Grumpy. Smoking. You're gonna smoke a heater. Wow, I'm really marble
You-
mouth.
Yeah, you fucking get the Shannon Sharpe dick out of your mouth.
Blah.
This has been a Mayday Media production.